I appreciate you joining us for the August 14th edition of Talk About It Tuesday. Our team has grown, as Anderson indicated I guess it was last week during Talk About It Tuesday. Here's a list of the 9 of us now and our phone number if you need to get in touch with us. This morning's agenda. Sarah Wander is here with DATAMARK to talk about their quarterly updates, and I think she's got more than just that for us. And then we've got some information on training, some deadline and reminders, and then we'll have time for questions. But if you've got any, you can also drop them in the chat. I am watching chat this morning. Now, Sarah, I'll stop sharing if you want to go ahead and share your screen.
Hey, thanks, Michelle. Let me share my screen. Gotta remember how to do this here now. There we go. One sec here to pull up the PowerPoint. All right, can you oh, I don't think that's the right one. Hold on here. Sorry. Thought I had it. Oops. Screen one. Here we go. Can you see my PowerPoint okay?
Yeah, we've got you dated March 23rd.
Yes, let
That's
me
it.
There we go. All right. Oh, and you can, this is the wrong screen. Sorry, having a little trouble with the let me share one more time here. Try this one more time. All right. This should do it. How's that?
We
You
got
can
you.
still see it, right? Great. Thank you so much. Sorry about that. Well, thanks everybody. Thanks for joining. I know this is recorded, so those who couldn't attend can review it, and I'll happily send the slides out as well. Just want to review what went out in our Q1 release, which occurred on March 23rd, so just shy of a month ago. This was our first release of the year. Again, we have 4 scheduled releases that go out about every 3 months. So our next one we'll be looking at about the end of June timeframe. First enhancement was editors can now actually leave the incorporated municipality fields blank. It used to be required even if you check this off. So this field off from being required. So now you'll be able to leave that blank if it is not a field that you need to have required in your data set. For automated uploads, which are a premium feature, I know we have some Alabama customers using this. Any user that can see the uploads requests, if will be able to see any of the automated uploads that occurred. So it used to just be you'd only see the automated uploads your own user account made, but now you'll be able to see anybody in your instance who is making automated uploads when you go to review those requests. But a lot of validation updates. One of the enhancements is we're now ignoring 0 address numbers from the duplicate address point checks. So if you've got like placeholder address points and for whatever reason that address number is 0, it's not going to flag duplicates anymore. We're filtering those out. We also renamed our domain validations so they sort and look the same across the reports and dashboards. We abbreviated the address point RCLs so they're the same as all of our other checks. So if you sort, they'll all populate like you would expect alphabetically. We enhanced our validation logic for range overlaps. So if you don't have any parity fields filled in, for your road center lines, it's going to use that range value to calculate the parity. So if it's even to even, it's going to say, okay, this is an even parity on this side, odd to odd, both, or a Z value. And then it's going to actually use that parity value to help improve the logic of the range overlaps. If you have those parity fields populated, it's not going to try to recalculate them or anything in the logic. It's just going to use whatever you have there to work through determining if it's a range overlap or not. Some other validation updates, if you have a custom external NGUID, it used to be made all uppercase in the fishbone validation, so it wouldn't join back with your address points or road center lines. So we've made sure it's preserving that casing. We are also preventing road centerline validations from running with completely empty street data. So if you have all of the key fields that are in these notes as null, it's just going to fail the road centerline validations because what will happen is it will just run infinitely until like just we fail it because we say, oh, it's eating up all this memory or it's just taking forever. So if you have all of these key street fields not populated whatsoever, it will just automatically fail the road centerline validations instead of it running for days on end. We also filtered out retired and proposed address points and road center lines from our domain validations. Just a reminder, if you have any address points or road center lines with a feature status field of retired or proposed, all of those features will be filtered out of the validations. So if you're working on a new subdivision or you're working on new roads and you set those feature status fields as proposed, it's going to not even factor those into the validations. So we have a good knowledge base article on that. If you're interested, I'll send it over to you. Just let me know. The other validation update was we updated the logic for segments that are less than 5 meters for our overshoots and undershoots. It was creating a lot of false positives. Essentially, if you ever had a road centerline segment that was less than 5 meters, it would flag this anomaly. So we have a way to check that now. So it's not giving you any false positives. In this release, we also did some bug fixes, native schema field order. So if you have an upload that's in a native schema and you download it again, it should preserve the field order you had that in. We also did some work for our validation custom report. There was an issue on the summary tab page that occurred for some users, making sure that the summaries are matching all of your individual validations. And then also in our cross-jurisdictional validation result emails, there were some duplicate rows. We've fixed that, so you should only see the summary have one row per check. We also worked on some logic inside of the admin module. So if you select domain names or add domain names that have invalid characters, it's going to prevent you from entering those because ultimately those impact the downloads you have down the line for in VEP. We also have enhanced some logic if you want to download your data as shapefiles to make sure consistently every time you get all of the layers back. And then lastly, we updated our save schemas, so you can never save a schema with a blank name, which would cause some issues, and you can overwrite your save schemas and make sure that that name stays the way it's supposed to. Any questions about what came out in Q1 before I get to what's on the horizon? No? No questions?
I don't see anything in chat.
All right. Okay. So what's on the horizon? This is Q2 2026. Before Q2, we're hoping to redeploy our modernization. So we attempted to deploy our modernized web map in Q1, and we found that for some customers, it had really inconsistent performance, and we didn't feel good about it not working 100% of the time for every customer, so we rolled that back. My apologies for the communication that was supposed to go out had some issues with our messaging system and it didn't go out. We tried to let everybody know, hey, we gotta go back to the drawing board a little bit on this. We want it to work the same and we want it to be super stable and consistent for every customer. So we're working through that. We're making sure that the issues we saw when we deployed are resolved before we get that back out. That's probably going to be back out to you in the next month or so. And we will send a communication to all users saying, hey, modernization is coming back out. Here's what to expect. Please let us know if you have any issues. The widgets will be slightly different. The functionality will be slightly different, but we want to we want to get the feedback. We're gonna have to help some of our users with things that look and feel a little bit different. All of the knowledge base will be updated with the articles about how to use the widgets. So stay tuned for this and looking forward to getting this back out in the next month or so here. Any questions about modernization? All right. Stay tuned for those communications to be coming out. We'll send one about a handful of days before it comes out, and then we'll also send one the day of just to let everybody know what's going on. So a couple things I wanted to highlight that are coming out in Q2. These were actually requested by you, Anderson. So I'm excited that these are in the pipeline and I've been testing these and looking through these. The first one is a data recency report. So this report will be able to be run by our aggregator instances, and it's going to show the last 5 upload, validation, and data aggregation dates for every single ECD or jurisdiction in your aggregation. And if they weren't run, it'll show that as well. So you're going to see something that looks like this report. It's going to have a summary tab and it's going to have a details tab that says, okay, here were the last 5 dates of all of these aggregation, validation, and uploads. The other enhancement was also a request from you, Anderson, and you'll be able to, as an aggregator, use the MSAG generator to create or generate MSAGs for one, multiple, or all of your ECDs in your aggregated instance. So this is an example of one of ours that has some Florida counties in it. And you can see I can generate an MSAG for one county, multiple counties. I'll have a drop down list. I can choose those. Right now, as the aggregator, you can just generate an MSAG for your entire statewide aggregation. But here you'll be able to say, okay, I just want to generate one for Baldwin County, or I just want to generate one for, Montgomery. So this, if that's an ECD, it is, I believe. So this will give you that ability to just decide who you want to generate an MSAG for, and it's going to be using the data in your aggregated instance. So the latest and greatest data from all of your ECDs, that's what you'll have to run your MSAGs. Any questions, comments, thoughts? Quiet group today. All right.
Yeah, well, I saw
That's-
Hey
Anderson.
Michelle,
Yeah,
Michelle, can you hear me?
Hear you now.
Hey, I want to take the opportunity, as I do every time we have one of these quarterly updates from Sarah, to both thank Sarah for coming on and doing this, as well as DATAMARK. Point out again, DATAMARK as a whole, as a company, is always listening to their customers. Obviously Sarah pointed out 2 of the things that I requested that I need to do my job, but specifically at least 3 enhancements to the product came from ECD feedback. The 0 number in the address field for allowing you guys to continue to engage with VEP while continuing to serve your local constituency with your GIS data needs. Same with the retired and proposed validation, as well as the short segment validation. Those were all enhancement requests that came from feedback from local ECDs. So I say that to both encourage you as a local ECD to engage with VEP and give us your feedback, good, bad, or indifferent, because DATAMARK takes that and changes their product based on your direct feedback. So thanks again, Sarah. I appreciate you doing this.
Yeah, thank you so much, Anderson. And please let us know if you have more feedback. You are welcome to submit it through the support center. Let Anderson know. We've been really busy with this modernization overhaul. We've had to rebuild our whole code base. So we haven't gotten to do as many enhancements as we normally do, but now we should be more freed up to get to more of the requests. So please let us know if there is anything that feels really important. Let Anderson know. I know we chat a lot. And yeah, I appreciate that, Anderson. We're getting back to getting our enhancements back out there. So looking forward to more of that. And thank you so much
Michelle,
for
I'm
the
sure
opportunity. Yeah.
thank you, Sarah. I know that I'm sure you'll touch on the VEP training, so I don't want to steal that thunder, but also, DATAMARK will be at the user conference to be available for you guys as a resource, as well as as we always do, set up a doctor's office for you guys to be able to come in and get one-on-one attention with both myself and Arjun, as well as the DATAMARK staff that will be there for the user conference.
I'm not sure who they're sending, but I'm sure it'll be great. They have a lot of good people on staff to go out and help
Wait,
out with that.
they're not sending you?
I'm gonna be in the north, unfortunately, so be missing this one. But if we need one of the real nerdy folks there, we could see if someone from my team can go out.
I only want real nerds at the user conference there.
I know. I know.
Sarah, thank you for being with us. As Anderson expressed, we really appreciate you coming on and explaining this to everybody. I know it helps out a lot of our folks understand what the changes are. We've
Yeah,
got a
absolutely.
question, and I think this is probably more directed to Anderson. Do we need to bring our mapping laptop to the user conference? This is from Kelly.
Yes, it cannot hurt. Anytime we have any questions, concerns about the VEP data, we would definitely want you, if you're able to bring your production laptop with you so that we can treat it like a real world exercise.
And bring all your questions. Those folks
Yes.
there, they love all the questions. Any other questions for me before I head out? All right. Well, thank you so much. Appreciate everybody's time and have a great rest of your day.
Thanks, Sarah.
Thanks. Bye.
I was having trouble with my sharing my PowerPoint here. I think I've got it going again. Okay, upcoming training. There was a lot to list, so I didn't even attempt to. You can go to our website, which has our training as well as other agency training. I know Tuscaloosa has some stuff coming up. So does a lot of other places, and it's all listed on our website. And then all of our training and our registration for our training is in the My Alabama 911 app. And then, as Anderson mentioned, let me change what I'm sharing because Anderson, I'm sorry, I completely forgot to stick this in. We do have VEP training coming up. It says Thursday and Friday. It is this Thursday and Friday. And it is in Tuscaloosa or Northport at Tuscaloosa 911. And you can register for that on our website as well.
Yeah, I sent out a reminder email yesterday and have already had 2 people ask to be registered. So yes, we still have spots available and we still are accepting registration.
Yeah, fantastic. Can they just show up Thursday morning?
I mean, yeah, but give me a heads up you're coming.
Okay, that's probably good.
The more the merrier. We'll take all kinds.
Laura, I know you're on. Do you want to cover this? Or do you want me to handle it? The pre and post conference classes.
Can you hear me?
We hear you.
Okay, I am in transit between PST visits, so I apologize for the sound. But yeah, absolutely. We are just a few weeks away from the conference and so excited. We're finalizing all the details for the food and the drinks and the signage and all the things. But our schedule is full, and I know that we've posted a schedule in the past. It's changed just a little bit, so you can go on the conference website to look at the updated current schedule with all sessions listed with speakers and all the details. And I'm not looking at my phone, so I can't see what slide you have up. I'm assuming it's the ENP and the post and pre-con. Yes, so we have the self-defense class. I would like to make one note about the self-defense class. Originally, the time we had scheduled was 9 to 1, and this is just on me. I kind of forgot about lunch. It's a 4-hour class, and so we've changed it to 9 to 2. I'm assuming it likely won't affect anybody's registration just because you're already going to be there, but wanted to make sure everybody knew that. There will be a reminder email sent out about that as well. And then as far as the and let me say, if you're attending it or you have someone attending that, be sure that they wear comfortable clothes because there will be mats and there will be doing some physical one-on-ones if the participants are interested in that. So I'm personally very excited about that. But if you're registered for the ENP boot camp on Friday, and you have not registered with 911 Wonder Women's link, CVent, you'll need to do that as well. So signing up through our conference link, I'm so sorry if y'all hear that. Some construction on the road. Signing up on their website is required. It's $20. And oh gosh, y'all, sorry, the roads are terrible. Anyway, those two things are important, and just a reminder to get your dress clothes, your Roaring 20s clothes for our casino night, because there will be a best dress contest. That InDigital will be providing an iPad for the number one winner, potentially some second and third place, awesome prizes. And if you have not registered, go ahead. On April 20th will be our deadline for food and beverage numbers to submit. So we want to make sure everybody's gotten theirs in there. And that's all I've got for now. Hope you guys are able to attend, even if it's just for a day.
Thank you, Laura, and we appreciate you being on here from the road. I hope your PSAP visits are successful today.
Thank you so much. I've had a great week so far, and everybody has been so welcoming. It's been really great to get in and see everybody. So can't wait to see everybody post their socks on Facebook to be entered into those prize drawings from the gift cards and all the things. So keep an eye out on our social media for more.
Definitely, definitely. Okay, on to our reminders. As always, the legacy cost reimbursement and the PST certification reimbursement, if you get them in by the 10th of the month, they're generally paid out at the end of the month. You can find both those forms on our website. A reminder that grant cycle 11 is open and that those applications are due on June 19th. And when I post these slides, there will be a link to that article and application on our website. And Anderson always wants me to remind everybody, upload, validate, aggregate your GIS data to the state office, VEP, preferably every 2 weeks, as he requested from DATAMARK, that recency download spreadsheet, whatever Sarah called it. We're checking into how recent your data is, because recency of data is important. Anybody got any questions for us about anything, even if it wasn't covered today? Nothing heard. Okay. Well, we are coming to visit all of you this week. If we haven't been there yet, we will be. I start my deliveries tomorrow, as do at least a couple others of us. So I'm looking forward to seeing everybody. And if you need us, send us an email, give us a call, and we will see you. I think our next Talk About It Tuesday is on April 28th. We don't have a topic yet. If you have something you want us to talk about, or if you want to come on and talk about it, send me an email and we'll see what we can do about it. Everybody have a good week, a safe week, and we will see you next time.
Thank you, Michelle.